Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update. We'll talk about the technicals. We actually had some good news over the course of this morning, which is we'll talk about what it is in a moment. But historically, it's always been a very bullish indication. Now, two things. I forgot my microphone. I'm at my parents' house, so first of all, the sound is not that great. And outside of that, I'm also still a little bit sick. All right, so that's a double not great. But still, I wanted to talk about Bitcoin, of course, and we'll talk about some other coins over the course of this morning as well. So let's get right into it. So the main thing that we talked about yesterday, and that's something we have to talk about, and that's something I kind of have to update now as well, is the main thing that we were waiting for yesterday is for some potential relief coming from the US, all right? Because what we saw is that the stock markets from the US, well, BAN is actually doing very well. But what we saw from the stock markets in the US is that the S&P 500, it's trading a little bit lower in pre-market right now, but overall, that recovered very well from the dump we had after FOMC. And the same can be said from the Nasdaq. Russell 2000, a little bit less, but that's always a little bit lagging. So those capital markets all recovered very, very well. And then if we take a look at Bitcoin, it had not recovered, at least not as much. So what we were waiting for is, can we actually have can we actually play some catch up? Where during the US opening, then yesterday, right? Because I'm still talking about that. If we actually saw some more buying pressure coming from the US, that could be enough to actually push Bitcoin at least back up to 99,000 and possibly go above 100,000 again. Unfortunately, though, if you take a look at the Coinbase Bitcoin price, which is an amazing tool to actually see what the US is doing, we saw that actually went into a deeper discount. So far, it has not been great. So far, the US has not really been bidding Bitcoin. And that's not that weird, and it's also not that bad. I mean, it's the end of the year, so we're not really expecting much movement at all. So it's not the end of the world, but we do still need to get some confirmation as to whether we are going to consolidate between 99,000 and 92,000, or that we can still get some more bullish momentum up to 102,000, and that we can consolidate a bit higher. Now today, like I said earlier this morning, we actually got some positive news, and that is that some shorts were covered. All right, what we saw here, if you take a look at the order flow, is that a pretty large position of shorts were closed, and that has historically not always been the case. That is the start of more bullish momentum to come. But usually it is, all right? So if you know what I'm saying, that's obviously a great sign. Now, if we take a look at the technicals here, like the 4-hour time frame is closing in about 2 hours, probably 1.5 hours if you're watching this video. I still think that this is great, right? That those shorts were closed, because like I said, historically that has most often been the start of more bullish momentum to come. And our main price target is still 99,000. But then in my middle of the day market updates, which I'll try to still make, then we'll talk about whether we can actually break above that as well. So that's nice. But in the end, I do still need to see us break above this level here between 96,000 and 96,500. All right, so that is what I was talking about regarding the 4-hour time frame close. If we actually get those shorts being covered, right, so the shorts being closed, in combination with a strong break above a strong key level on the 4-hour time frame, I think that's enough to actually assume that we're going up to 99,000 on the short term, and that we actually have a chance, if we do get some bidding from the US, because I do think that that's necessary, to get all the way up to 102,000. If we actually see the Coinbase Bitcoin price discount decrease or even go into a premium, massively bullish, then we can get up to 102,000. For now, I would say this is most likely. But it is still kind of contingent, and it's still kind of depending on how we actually close the 4-hour time frame. For example, if the 4-hour time frame just closes below 96,000 again, it is still possible that we drop back down to 92,000 first, before finding support there and revisiting 99,000. So yeah, in general, a lot of uncertainty still, which is also normal for this time of the year. But like I said, what I would say is most likely is that we will be able to hold some of this bullish momentum, get the bullish reclaim on the 4-hour time frame, and at least get up to 99,000. And then based on how we react to 99,000 and how we get there with how much leverage, etc., we'll talk about whether we can break above that, but that's for later. So for now, thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.